All right, everyone. Sorry for the big smack there. You're not supposed to do that. Um, Welcome to another Discord World Cup game, 2019, round three. We have, um, sorry, I'm already a little bit, always the usual scramble to get started. We have Austria playing Crane versus Greece playing Crab. Um, Enagon's a noted Crab player. Um, and certainly, probably Joseph. I'm not as familiar with him, but I'm sure he's a very esteemed crane player as well. Aren't all crane players esteemed? So I will flash over the deck list a little later at the break. I find it's usually better to actually have a few viewers when the deck list when you show the deck list. We'll see. It's middle of the day here in the in North America, so see who we pick up. And I think fairly early evening in Europe, or even not even the end of the workday. Okay, so we see Crane flipping Uji, the terror of the Crane decks now in the new poster pack. Although okay, we see Uji. I was going to say maybe he wants to bank a little fate first, but of course Uji's his own economic machine. I don't believe Enagon is on a Way of the Crab, so that play is, frankly, not insane. Although weighing a Vanguard Warrior is probably not the first choice, so we see Uji with two, so undoubtedly see a pass. Brash Samurai, pretty good choice too, um, as well, if you wanted to bank the fate, but certainly nothing wrong with Uji, especially if we have the cards to get him honored. Crab doesn't have the best of boards here. He might just pass into this. I mean, it would be dangerous for a break for sure. Casada's not a bad. Yeah, okay, Casada with one. There's an Iron Mine, so even if the Void Ring's taken, can be an obvious choice. We see bids of five. No surprise there. It's round four. It is round four. Ah, thank you. Oh, nuts! I'll have to change my title before. It's not. No, it's not a very late game, viewers. It's my mistake. Thanks, Rush. Uh, Although I'm still mad at you Americans. Just boot you out of the stream. But well played last round to take us out. Um, okay, so yeah, see Kasada with one versus Uji with two. I'm sure he's looking to honor that Uji as soon as possible, although that won't necessarily do much this round. And it's pretty easy with the dojo there. So, neither is duelist, so it's not really going to do anything. And neither have triggered abilities, which I believe what it is. So see some passes. And we see another pass from Crane. I guess he's just angling for favor. If we just pass through, Crab's not eager to hit, um, especially since Uji can honor himself so easy. Not easy to hit. Not eager to hit Magistrate Station. And we see a pass. Okay, well, we're all the way through the first round. We're going to have some nice juicy fade on a lot of rings. Yeah, it was definitely a hard-fought series. Some really close games all the way through, both sides. It was a lot of fun. I mean, we didn't turn out quite right for us, but we'll see you guys again in the cut, I'm sure, and we'll deal with you then. Okay, so we drop down to the next. Cooney Lab with so few characters on the board. I don't know if Enagon's going to keep that. Certainly the Vanguard Warrior is very good. Iron Mine's still very good. Yeah, the Cooney Lab gets dumped. On the Crane side, everything gets kept. I mean, Mystic is good in this matchup for sure. He has three let go, sure, but there's a lot of other attachments he wants to get over. Takamori, um, pretty solid here. I don't know if he'll play it because that's just canceling the Vanguard Warriors. He could go Brash. Well, he's going to pass, of course, but I mean, once Uji's honored, I'm thinking forwards to where he spends his money. Brashes and Mystics, maybe, depending on what's put down as attachments. That dojo is always so good early for Crane. We see the double Vanguard Warrior. So now there's a pretty sizable military muscle, even an honored Uji. Up against 11, he could rebuild the Kuni Labs to make it 14 if he wanted to, plus katanas, etc. Sorry, I could have taken a few seconds to throw up the deck list, but the players are going pretty fast. So he could go for a, say, Void Ring, and just try to hammer in and see if he can crush a Magistrate Station if he finds one. And even a Shameful is not terrible since the Uji's going to get honored anyway, and there's only one Glory guys on the other side at most. I think judging by Rash's comments that everyone can hear me, I'm always paranoid about that. So if you can't, strangely silly, let me know. But I'll go on the assumptions. Maybe I'll just say really outrageous things and see if we can get people to react. How do people feel about this matchup? I always find New Crane, quote, post their pack to be quite difficult as a Crab player. I'm not saying it's tilted in Crane's favor because Crab is a very good deck right now, but it's definitely one of the harder matchups, I would say. Depending on the play, depending on how aggressive Crane is and if it works out. But if they sort of bank up Fate and kind of match board and match, use their various economic options to deal with you. And Takamori is just a nightmare once you tower up. If they keep hitting guys to blank your tower or take them out of conflicts. Okay. Okay, we see the skirmisher go down. The bids were 4 to 5, so 4 for Crane. So he's supposed to be pretty happy with his hand, getting a little buffer for the watch commanders, perhaps. Or maybe he's got an assassinate in hand he wants to use, and a little bit of buffer for that. With that mystic lurking, I mean, obviously you want to try to bait that usage before you put down a Tetsubo or something. Okay, so Skirmisher's perfect for going, whoa, all in. I mean, you can buy the Brash and honor the Brash and the Mystic for defense and maybe any conflict character. Oh. Was there... Oh, Skirmisher went down in draw phase. Oh. Oh, yeah, I've made that mistake myself a bunch of times. So there was no covert. Anagon, being the high-level player he is, doesn't even ask for take back. I'd be tempted. Clearly didn't mean to do it in draw phase, but hits Pilgrimage. Okay, so doesn't find the Magistrate he was hopefully looking for. Duels. Okay, Vanguard Warrior can't sacrifice till the end of the combat. No big deal, but the big deal is Uji honors himself. So now we're looking at needing some pumps to get the ring effect on Void, which would be awfully nice. And we have an honored Uji who can pump out characters to attack back. Okay, just got the Bonsai on Kasada. Definitely solid. We'll see, 13 cards in Crane's hand. He's going to have some answers, I'm guessing, as well. So military pumps, we have 2 Fine Katana, 2 Jade Tetsubo, which are pretty dangerous to play until Domestics is used, and 2 Bonsais on the Pilgrimage is now breaking. The Crane has 3 Bonsais. They can assassinate one of the characters. They have 3 Fine Katanas and a Gumbai. So they had a bunch of I think Crabbery building the lab would probably be their next biggest sort of pump. Oh, we see, okay, this is policy debate. Uji 4 to 1 on a Vanguard Warrior. Some thought on the bids. I'm wondering if Crane is deciding whether they want to give away some honor to ensure the win. Oh, there's a Defend Your Honor. Okay, so there's a policy debate, which is answered by a Defend Your Honor. So Uji's already honored. Defend Your Honor can obviously be kind of a detriment against KK Crane because they get to honor the character off of it, but Uji's already honored, so, and the box is already used, so that's fine. But it's 8 to 7 on he's bonsai. Okay, so it's 11 to 8. Okay. So we see policy debate's canceled. So obviously there's a card he wants to use to try to break this province. Still a lot of cards in both players' hands and a lot of potential military buffs. So we'll see how this one goes. Losing the Void Ring I think losing Pilgrimage is not the end of the world, but losing the Void Ring, Ukraine wants to force people to go other places and find that Magistrate. Okay, we see a Katana. Still breaking. Must have plans for else. He is on 2 duelist training, so there's some chance he hasn't found it now. Certainly duelist training would be pretty good right now. Take off 2 skill off the board on Crab side. Okay, we see a bonsai from Crane's side, taking it up and quite difficult to break now, I think. Crab needs to come up with 4 more skills, so I mean he's already played his bonsai, so he's either got to drop more conflict characters, which wouldn't be worth much, or both find katanas, or rebuild that Kuni Lab. Yep, we see a rebuild on the Kuni Lab. I mean, it's a very, very important ring. Like, I would expect to see quite a few cards expended here. Not to say that Crane isn't going to get a lot of value out of Uji here. I mean, they could just straight up buy this board with decent amount of faith, and that's 3. So it's like your Uji costs 2. Ugh, so good. So we got a bonsai. So there's 2 more katanas. Oh, Ancient Master comes down for the annoying one-off breaking play. We see a katana go down on Kasada. So are we going to see the Mystic bot? And Uji is currently 8, 12, 14. So, and yeah, if he gets Tetsubo, yeah, he could be Tetsu. So if the Mystic is bought to get rid of the Katana, then he could drop a Tetsubo, and Tetsubo Uji, I think he's 1 ahead, Kasada versus Uji. But, I mean, there's a pretty good chance to let go hand, or about even 50-50. I don't know, some pretty good action around this pilgrimage here. Well, more importantly, around the Void Ring, I think, to get rid of Uji. You don't want a 10-4 Uji. Oh, and that's the end of that. I was expecting a little bit more action, but gets the Void Ring, gets the off Uji. Oh, okay, so now we see a Gossip fight on, I'm guessing. Yep, okay. It's a popular one, along with Rebuild or Reprieve at the proper time. So I'm guessing we see like Brash Samurai and then Brash Samurai killing something. Because there's a good chance Assassination wouldn't go through anyway. I'll check to see if the crab has one. No, he's on the 0 Assassination, 0 away the Crane, so we could see a Brash with only 1. Brash is a pretty good character. I would have been tempted to go a little bit more. Because you want to not burn, like, you want to have a board to match Crab's board as long as you can. I mean, obviously in the long run you just won't. But with no Assassination in the deck, and no fight on to get into the fight, Tetsubuyu, etc. Not that that's a big deal on the Brash Samurai. I think 2 would have been decent, but okay, Forge. So we'll see. Mystic's still hanging out, so okay, we get a Talisman off the Illustrious Forge. So at least you can save the Iron Mine if he chooses. I don't know if the Iron Mine's a big deal right now. 1 rebuild down, but you're going to Vanguard Warrior up Kasada anyway. So first action to Crab. They could drop a conflict character and go to Shameful, I guess. The Kuni Lab's up, so the Wayfinder or the Skirmisher. I mean, Wayfinder honored and Brash Samurai dishonored. Still be a loss. So I'm not sure. Head over to Manicured. Okay. I'm guessing it'll still end up broken, but at least you get a fade off of it, and you keep your Iron Mine around, and lose your keeper. No biggie. Okay, I have to imagine. Yeah, Honor Brash Samurai. I don't. Sorry, am I missing something? He uses Brash Samurai to honor Brash Samurai. Is my screen not updating? Oh, he just Kasada cancels it though. Even a crab player forgot Kasada. Yeah. Oh, classic Jikoku Kasada. So he could use the Iron Mine to keep a Vanguard Warrior around for next turn. It's okay, I guess. But given the Talisman, he should be able to keep that Iron Mine around for a while if he wants to use it on other things. Mountain does not fall, hits the bins. Pretty solid card. Gets cancelled a lot by Crane, so Okay, we're going to see probably a political poke by the Mystic. It's all good. He bought it for 1. Now he's going to get a fade off a ring and kill a talisman. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. Ooh, this is actually some honor pressure on the crab here because they have 2 undefended conflicts. They had the bonsai. The Cooney Lab was up the first round, so they'll be down to 4 possibly if this ring goes undefended. And no Spyglass yet, so I imagine they'll start dropping the bids without really being in the position where they want to. Oh, Rival comes down. Some big fate. Okay, so went from being Uji on the board to 5 characters. So Uji at the end of the Dynasty phase, and then four buddies to join him by the end. Illustrious Forge is broken. Iron Mine is gone. I'd imagine we see the Mystic to kill the Talisman. Oh, the Mega Warriors, of course. Crane's definitely going to keep the dojo, or I would guess. Keeper will be gone. Cooney Lab is going to have to go, I think. Gets more valuable, of course, with more characters, especially if you can get keepers out, etc. But just can't afford that honor. Lost. So we have 1 break to 1 break. Okay. That break is not, but Uji is gone. So let's see if he flips another 2 fade on the water ring. Pretty tasty for crap. Okay, we see 2 Kakita dojos, but we do have a duelist. Oof, that's a lot of bowing. If that duelist challenger can get tooled up, or just use the first one, to lose, and the second one to duel at 5, etc. But Witch Hunter's pretty solid on the other side. There is Clouds. I see. Sorry guys. Again, I did it. I forgot to go flip to the decks in between. Next round for sure. There are 2 Cloud the Mines, but no Shigenja on the board right now. He could buy the Artisan. As the Shigenja, just to get Clouds down if he wants. And clouding a Steadfast Witch Hunter is pretty solid. Anagon buys a Shrewd Yusuke after passes, so builds up his board. Pretty beefy board. Got some lastingness, but the Rival and Challenger will definitely be around for a while. Predict that Challenger is going to do a lot of work, especially going first this turn with the 2 dojos. And he has Ancient Master to get favor again if he just wants to stand it. What does favor mean to Crane? There are no sentries in the deck, so favor is just a stat boost and a Yoshi enabler, which there's 2 in the deck. Okay, first Spyglass hits. Okay, so he can counteract these 1 draws. Oh, Spyglass is gone. I'll have to let go. So that's 1 let go down, 1 Spyglass gone. Talisman's still lurking. Get some Yusuke card draw too, though, and cards are equal 8 to 8. So 4 honor is not fully comfortable, but I think it's okay for Crab. I think they can, given the auxiliary card draw in the deck, I think they can handle 4 honor. I mean, it just means their game plan I don't think is dishonor, which against Crane is pretty tough anyway, just because all their incidental honoring. Oh, Mystic on Talisman, sorry. Yeah, I forgot the Mystic. Yeah, that's why I was thinking for a second, was that another Mystic? I forgot that was played, but yeah, I forgot the Mystic. That's unfortunate. I guess just a lot of things happening in that round and around that conflict. We see another Spyglass being attached to Casada. Okay, so he managed to find the second one. Okay, so now he's set up for 1 bidding into getting some honor here. Or some card advantage. Either way. Both players still out a lot of time. So, I'm guessing go Fire as Crane. I mean, it's got 2 fade on it. And Water, pretty risky unless you got a pretty serious game plan on winning it here with a Keeper and Keeper Fate. We see a rebuild of the Iron Mine. Yep, I guess he's worried about Assassinate on that Suki. There's 1 Assassinate in the Crane deck, so okay chance he's drawn it. it is a 3 fate investment for the Suki, and he does need the cards, so I can see it. Although if there's no assassinate, he's not really going to use it this turn. So I guess he rebuilt on the shameful, or okay. So Brash Samurai heads into Manicure card. I mean, you might think about hunting for defend the wall there. Oh, is these crab running defend the wall? Let me check. They might be on upholding, or so they're Midnight Revels instead of along the River Gold. That's a little different. They are running defend the wall. So defend the wall and talisman's kind of the trick. It's usually try to find it or go to it. So if they're going to talisman, they move away from defend the wall and don't get the effect. Because here they can definitely move to it. And with Box and Kasada, oh, it's a political. Okay, so he's defending with Kasada, but not the Yusuke. I guess he wants to attack with the Yusuke because he's defending Envoy, of course, because he wants to stand the Kasada by sacking the Envoy. So I can see Envoy. And I guess Kasada, you just want to get into as many conflicts as possible. Okay, I got it. And the Brash is probably, I mean, yes, he can honor himself and get to 3, but he's not going to get much higher than that. Unless you want to invest some Daimyo's gun by. Oh, Kasada. It's like the fish boy of fans. Fish boy of attachments. It's just there to annoy Kasada constantly. So yes, we'll see that Gunbai stay in the hand to cancel Kasada continuously, probably for quite a while. Brush honors himself. Okay, it's 4-3. You know, why not honor yourself? Turns your voice on, etc. But given the still box, I don't see this. Oh, policy debate. Okay, Kaio Envoy. Sure. Guess that's the downside of. He's not going to get an honor out of it, but okay, good. Caster's best friend. We see Bonsai, Court Games, one fight on, one fine katana, a skirmisher, a reprieve, and another talisman. So letting go of the talisman is not going to get you very far. It costs, obviously, it's fate advantage for you, but so not the. I mean, the fight on's good. Sure, katanas will help you and pretty good on either Kasada or Witch Hunter to win a conflict. It's not a bad hand. It's not great. Going second, you'd like to have a mountain, I bet, but. I do find it interesting he didn't choose to. Well, this is a favorable ground, so attacking with the challenger, not the best with the favorable ground sitting there. But you often see challenger go first, and then maybe defend with a brash samurai. But then you can't keep a dojo, so I guess if you sit with a challenger in defense, it's a lot more of a. You can choose who you want to defend against and bow with that dojo. We see a formal invitation. Okay, okay. So challengers going in through the side door, as it were, here with the formal invitation, which will bring Crane up to 7. I bet you they definitely have a way to honor that challenger, which will make it 9. If he wants to bring in somebody, he could bring in the Witch Hunter, but that's with box an additional 3 on the crab side, so might prevent the break there. Moving over to Shameful Display. Yep. Challenger's like, why did I accept this invitation? It was formal, sure, but it wasn't great. He will at least go back to neutral, I'm sure. And then he can bow. I mean, I suppose he could pull in the Yusuke, which is an easier bow. Oh, Court Games. Okay, so the challenger, with Court Games, challenger will be able to get honored and then can either bow the Witch Hunter with probably a little honor investment if he wants to pull in, or bow the Yusuke, yeah. I mean, can bow the Yusuke and the Envoy. So he's using the one, I guess he can use the other dojo post, the Shameful, because Shameful has not been activated yet. But Shameful is currently breaking. I'd imagine Anagon's going to Yusuke. Oh, no, he can't trigger his abilities either. Ooh, did it? Oh, let's see. Did he? Oh, sorry. A challenger. My bad, guys. Sorry. It wasn't challenger pulling the Yusuke in. The favorable ground pulled the Yusuke in, which gave. Then Crane did the appropriate thing by canceling the effect. Yeah, I was wondering if the challenger pulled it in, why Yusuke wasn't used right away. But now Yusuke cannot fetch the card. Okay, we see. All right, that makes sense because now he can Kakita Dojo to honor the Brash Samurai, but it's not nearly as good as Kakita Dojoing with the Jojo Challenger. Okay, Crab's still got his box. Crane can easily honor that Brash Samurai again if they want to use the dojo. So they box to go up to 10. Honoring Samurai does not win you this, but Crab has his whole board in there. Oh, because he favorable ground in, he can't get the Wedge Hunter out. Of course, Crab can stand afterwards, so. Still, I think Dojo Challenge is doing good work here. As she often does. Okay, we'll see. I mean, 5 cards in hand. I'm not 5 Fate. They could drop another rival, but I don't know how much more Crane really wants to invest in this Fire Ring. I mean, honoring the Ancient Master would be decent. If he's got a Noble Sack, I guess he could try to Noble. Well, there's an Iron Mine right there. So, what would he Noble Sack with too? He'd Noble Sack with maybe an Honor Brash Samurai off a dojo, but I don't think it's going to work. I suspect there'll be a pass and a win on defense here, but we'll see how it goes. Let me just check for everyone. The current, sometimes it's a little behind, so I don't know what the actual current. I think there's another game going on between these two countries right as we speak. Austria versus Greece has no recorded results, so can't. Stakes are always high in the World Cup, but it's not exactly a do or die for these players. Okay, we're having a good think on the Crane side. Okay, he's going to try to bow the Witch Hunter. Okay, fair enough. He is at 5. 5 to 4, though. I wonder what the bids are going to be here. Obviously, Crab cannot bid high. Well, that's true. Crab can't really bid high. He could bid to tie, but that's not spectacular. Which will cut 3 off and give the win. Sure. He does get an honor out of that, which isn't bad because he's got another honor for the Caillou Envoy leaving play if it doesn't get dishonored. So every little bit of honor helps at this point. That is true. That's a good point, Ronnie. The political rival is not going to do much here. Well, well, yeah, because he's going to stand Casada and probably just defend with him. He does have 1 fight on, so he might attack military, but yeah, it's very unlikely he's going to attack political. And obviously, a military attack is much better than a political attack against Crane's board, and he might get the magistrate that way as well, because a 8-strength Casada barreling down on you can break against the Ancient Master, whatever other conflict character you might have. Okay, we have a duelist training. Oh, we're going for Bao Palooza here by the Crane player, so that means he can bow the Caillou Envoy, which is contributing 2 strength, which means that it will be breaking Shameful without another action. So, I mean, at that point though, I don't know. Is it? I guess to save Shameful, it's probably worth using the Witch Hunter to stand back up the Witch Hunter or the Yusuke, either way. Oh no, the Witch Hunter got bowed by the dojo, so he can't use his abilities this conflict, right? So that's not going to happen. It's probably better to save it for the attack back anyway. We'll see. Oh no, it didn't contribute more as much as I thought. I thought it was 2. Oh yeah, it takes it to the win. Sorry, I was reading the values backwards. He was losing before. Oh, the top and bottom should be pretty obvious to me, but I just brain farted there, guys. A fan comes on. Okay, so we got a fan on. Now we're in breaking territory. Yep, you're right, Ronnie. I got there eventually with the duelist. I don't play Crane. I don't know what this crazy dojo does. I don't know why you suddenly forget what you can do when you walk into this dojo and do a little practice. I guess it's so intense, the practice. It's just so sweaty and wiped out. You don't remember how to stand people with your crazy Kuni magic. Okay, so Crane passes. I suspect to see a Kasada stand, but we'll see if he defends, just passes and defends, or he's got a skirmisher in hand as well. He could go around the Ancient Master here too, although, and I think a Bonsai. So he does have a skirmisher and a Bonsai. He's betting against the assassination there, but he has an Iron Mine, so he could do that too, and leave Kasada just purely for defense and save the fight on. But if you have the fight on, I mean, you might as well attack here. Plus he has Water Ring, so that's true. Water Ring with only military left. You can just stand the Witch Hunter, and you have a Keeper as well. So yeah, that's pretty solid. 10 strength barreling in, hoping to find. Nope. Finds the other M province, Manicure Garden. I guess at this point, I mean, he's gonna have to find an itchy Wayfinder soon, very soon. So he'll either be able to choose when to attack Magistrate or just avoid it completely. How many cards have come down in this conflict? You mean the previous one? Whew. Court games is from both players. Policy debate was and policy debate. No, policy debate was before. Not a ton. I mean, the attachments. There was 3, 4. Crab didn't actually play much there. So, but yeah, Crane did invest fairly heavily. So the dojo gets smashed by the Water Ring. I mean, I suppose. I think standing the Witch Hunter is better than bowing the Ancient Master. Who knows? Maybe no. There's no fate on rings, so it's kind of a 50-50. I think but he'll just go back to Manicure, which has already been used. So hand size of 3 though. I mean, I don't know which one matters more. Is it on pure numbers? I guess. Well, if you bow the Ancient Master, he can't stand for favor. That might. Oh, but you have the Keeper, right? I'm catching up here. So it doesn't matter if he stands for favor. Oh, well, it's equal anyway. I guess you could have stood the Yusuke, but then you're risking a loss on military because he's got the favor already. So, okay, so he's not going to stand for favor. He's gonna come in 4 to 5, try to win this ring. But he knows Crab has a Bonsai and a fight on. I think you can keep favor if you just hang out and don't bother attacking. Seems like the thing to do. Two breaks. Board wise, it's a lot of attachments on Challenger and Casada. I think boards are not that far off. I'd give the nod to Crab. Fate's the same. Crab's got the superior hand size by 4 cards and the Spyglass, so I think game's tilted towards Crab at this point. He's managed to dodge Magistrate Station, but I don't know if chat disagrees or not. Maybe it's more equal. Maybe they think Crane's got the advantage here. Yeah, passes the conflict. Okay, so I mean, you might as well head in with the Witch Hunter. He's not. I mean, if you're playing the favor game, that's not going to matter, and it's going to force a defense. But you might hit Magistrate Station. I bet Anagons really would have liked a Wayfinder at this point, because then he would know. Well, Shameful. Then you just hit Shameful too. That's not. Oh, but the political rival's waiting. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if this is a worthwhile attack anyway. I don't see how a Witch Hunter and a Keeper are going to go around a political rival. Oh. Skirmisher comes down. Okay, so he wants favor. Skirmisher comes down for the favor. Do we see another Ancient Master from Crane? Nope. Anagon passes conflict. Yep. Okay, so we see a little favor fight there at the end. Crab manages to grab it. Yes. Yep. Take it on political, as you've done time immemorial against Crane, although not nearly as much reason now as the old box. Crab's hanging on a pretty big board, some little guys there. But we still got one. Oh, we back up to 2 dojos and a proving ground. Ooh, that's pretty solid. Too bad the proving ground's on a broken province for Crane, but should be some good card draw for Crane here. And they need it, but he's only got a Mystic to buy. That's kind of a downer. I'm sure he'd rather spend the 9 Fate than just have it banked at this point, staring down this crab board. I think he's probably going to want to go defensive. I mean, not that Crab got anything. He got a Casada dupe. So there was a whole lot of nothing happened in the Dynasty round. And again, we got the pass after the dupe. So a lot of fate going into next round. And the palace is there, so that's going to keep favor, most likely. C5 cards. Okay, so Crabs fix their honor problem quite a bit, and also lined up some honor pressure with a Watch Commander, although the Mystic is there if he wants to use it. And hand sizes have equalized, and money is just huge piles of cash for both players going into the next phase. So I think Crab's got the advantage at this point given the board, but we'll see what kind of defense Crane can mount. Void's looking juicy, cards fairly low, Earth's looking pretty juicy for Crab. Down comes the Wayfinder. He sees Magistrate Station in this province with the dojo on it, as I've eventually learned to count properly from the right side with Wayfinder after a lot of Crab games. So I mean, it's either that or shameful. And military, okay, the Challenger. I mean, military, you can mount a pretty. I mean, what he would really love to get is another skirmisher to go around the Challenger. Obviously, he's got one more in the deck, so fair chance he doesn't have it. But to go around that skirmisher and crush Magistrate. Otherwise, he might have a rebuild for the Cooney Lab, so he could like go pretty huge attack here. That'd be even without, he can do 12, let's say 13, and 14. He could attack with like 14. Now, there's potentially 3 bows from the Doji Challenger. So it's pretty risky. The Challenger's already honored. Maybe you just go crush Shameful, because it's not going to have that much of effect, and just forget Magistrate Station for the rest of the game. Take the Shameful hit, no biggie. I would say Shameful. I don't know. Chat might disagree. I think you go after Shameful. Sure, it's Secret Void trigger, but I mean, the upside of going after Magistrate, if you do win, is you do get rid of that dojo that obviously Crane will want to keep. Ooh, Mystic goes after Spyglass. I wonder if he's... I mean, how many Tetsubos are we on here? Tetsubo, I think, would be a real problem for Crane, because that Doji Challenger is very valuable to keep around. Crab is on... Oh, Crab's on 2 Tetsubos, yeah, so decent chance, more than 50% that he's got one by now. Of course, we're only 1 let go down, so... Okay, chances... Yep, so Casada comes steamrolling in. Challenger meets him on the field. So Challenger on defense, you don't mind seeing that. There's not gonna be a lot of dueling happening here. There's gonna be some gun buying to annoy Casada at the beginning, probably, because Shameful's currently breaking. He could... No, he's maxed out and restricted unless he wants to dump the fan. He could bonsai, I think, or conflict character. That's about it. I mean, another Ancient Master could get you 3. But Crab does have the favorable ground, so, worst comes to worst, he just backs out of this. Yep, can buy cancel. We see a bonsai. Okay. We see a fine katana on Casada. Voice of Honor cancels Casada's bonsai. So winning by 1. We see it. Okay, it's Earth Ring, so I think challenger's given up on this conflict. It's just okay with not taking the break. Time to dump out whatever cards you want to dump out. Throws down another political rival, basically saying, yeah, crap, you're not winning your your political attack. You're welcome to try. I don't think Crane is winning their political attack either, though. Because there's a fabled ground. Not that you need it per se, and just like a box to pump quite a bit of plus the fight-ons in hand, etc., etc. Oh, Kakita Dojo is dueling Kasada. Okay, I wonder. I mean, now Crane's in the position that they don't really want to bid necessarily very high. Maybe he's just doing this to. I mean, yeah, he's not going to win any other duels. This is the only character that can use those dojos. He's just doing this to maybe get an honor off Kasada. Because obviously losing this is. I mean, losing this is not a big deal. You save yourself the Earth Ring. I mean, sorry, you don't get to trigger the Earth Ring for Crab, but you're not breaking anyway. We'll see what the bids are. It's an interesting situation. Crane could afford to bid a little bit, but not a ton. I don't see them going 5. That's very risky. $15 viewers. Holy moly. This might be a record. Okay. Maybe the word of my low-key Canadian casting style is spreading, catching on. Maybe there's just nothing else to do on a Thursday afternoon. Much more likely. Okay, so there's a bids of 3-3. Interesting. Okay, so they read each other quite well. I guess Crab could have nabbed 1 honor with a 2 bid. Doji Challenger can't trigger their abilities, which they weren't going to go do anyway. Four cards to 6. I mean, the bonds. I don't see much what Crane can do to win this. They've already each side's already bonsai'd. They both have both their restricted slots filled. Oh, he's gonna duel again. I guess you're not using him for anything else this turn, I suppose. I mean, unless. Well, no, he's a formal invitation. I find that a little interesting. What do you guys think about chat? I mean, the dojos seem worthwhile to use your formal invitation in your bowed character into the political conflict, and then do some bowing there too. Because I mean, with the duelist training, you can bow like 3. Be a lot easier to get off 3 bows with the Doji Challenger. Oh, ooh, 3. Okay, so he goes high this time. First one was kind of fake out. Yeah, I mean, he paid 3 honor not to get Earth Ringed. It's expensive. I mean, your hand is only 5. I can see it. Oh, he gets to draw from Proving Ground too. Okay, so he gets another card. So it's kind of like it's a 3-card swing. Oh, we see the Witch Hunter sacking. Yep, it would have been a 3-card swing for 3 honor. So I can see that. We see a Storied Defeat. Don't always get to see that. So now he gets a Witch Hunter trigger out of that. Storied Defeat Pals Kasada. I can't really see it spending the fate to dishonor him. Unless there's yeah, but what are you going to noble sack? You don't want to noble sack your challenger, so. Okay. Pretty big conflict. Pretty big conflict there. It is the 3rd break, and that's when I guess you start to get serious, right? There's Fate on Rings, and you have 6 strength for your political defense, and you haven't used Shameful. I'd imagine you go, take a poke that you probably won't win, but just go do a Void poke if you win that. Or you can formal invitation and duelist training summons, so you have a decent chance of winning. I'm thinking, yeah. Okay, the 3 Fate political rival, I guess it doesn't really matter. Talisman hasn't been used, so you could end up over at Defend the Wall. I guess that's the risk. Water. Ooh, ooh. He's fixing to win this, I guess. Fixing to win this one. Big time. I mean, Crab has the fight on, so even if the challenger, I suppose the voice could be waiting. Be the third voice, I think. One. No, only second. Okay. Yeah, so I guess he's got a bow with the. Apologies if the mouse moving there. I'm an epileptic, so I would not want to give anyone an epileptic seizure. I'll try to move a little slower. Okay, then for the Iron Mine, definitely don't mind getting rid of that. Go straight to defend the wall first. Yeah, so talisman. So he's got to choose. Okay, I'm gonna talisman or not. Shizuki. Okay, so he's looking at with box 7, 8. It's a lot to overcome. Let's assume the challenger bows 3 of that. Oh no, he's not taking the Shizuki. So he's looking at still 7, 8. I mean, definitely can bow at least 2 of that with the challenger. So that'll be down to 6. Still pretty big hill to climb for. He will get to draw another card off the Proving Ground. So that, formal invitation, Proving Ground, definitely gonna be doing work here. Yeah, the 2 honor is a dangerous place. They're skirmishers to get undefended, be just all in air rings, etc. So, and they're only honored characters, not like leaving play anytime soon. But that would be far worse for them. I mean, Crab winning this and standing Casada, I guess getting the Keeper Fate is the worst part of it, but they have 9. I don't know. You could have got a Fate off a ring. I mean, I guess you wouldn't want the Void Ring in that case, and the Air Ring is actually super dangerous, so maybe this was the best choice. Fire, not a big deal, eventually. Okay, in comes the challenger. I mean, if Crab really needs it to win this conflict, though, they can just bring in a 3-4 with the box and Casada on the fight on if it's not cancelled. Okay, we see a duel. Whoa, goes straight for the Witch Hunter. I guess he is pretty huge. It's like 7-4, right? Yep. Bows, using Proving Ground to draw a card. That's pretty sweet. Boxes, so now he's still down by 2 to win this. Another duelist training comes down on that challenger. That's looking like a Crab character. Just checking out the court game situation. Okay. Oh, the court game's not going to do anything to Crab. Another duelist training comes down, so. Okay, he's going to try to bow the Keeper Initiate. Easy peas. Now he's winning. We have favorable ground for Yusuke. Yeah, that's the most direct way to do this. I don't believe Yusuke's used his ability either, so you want to get him into the conflict regardless. Challenger. Yeah, Challenger's abilities. Oh, he can't use it anyway. Got cancel. One of the Kikita dojos. Wouldn't matter. We see a pass. We see Yusuke used. So we're going to see a water ring to stand Casada, I guess. Meaning there's definitely not going to be like an Ancient Master poke political or military or anything like that. Keeper Fate for Crab. Oh, okay. We're asking for an action. Well, he can definitely do something. It should be. Oh, did he pass? Oh, he passed. He didn't mean to pass. I would assume Anagon's gonna give that to him. Nothing's happened. I mean, it's just Anagon hasn't taken an action, so or a pass himself. Wonder what he wants to do. Must be something out of hand. I don't see anything on the board. So Anagon plays Mountain. Okay. Mountain, huh? I mean, okay, Suki's move. Okay, yeah, makes sense. No, that totally makes sense. I missed that. You move in Casada so that the water ring doesn't on defense does literally nothing other than give the keeper fade. So he mountained the Yasuki. He has a political conflict left, but his political conflict into a rival. I thought the wait a second. The mountain does not fall to make Shurisuke not bow as a defender. Voice cancelled. Okay, second voice spawner. Okay, gotcha. I'm hip to this groove. I caught up. Reprieve on Shurisuke. Interesting. There's an iron mine. I mean, I guess. Keep the iron mine for later. I've seen Ancient Master come down, which is gonna tie favor. Oh, Ancient Master is gonna go for military. Okay. So, but that's okay. It's just gonna basically get the Void Ring. Yep. Fight on Casada. No Void Ring for you. Unless Ancient Master's got some quintuple Hurricane Punch in his back pocket. Defend the wall. Wasn't actually ooh. I think Crane may have forgotten about that. The fact that defend the wall wasn't actually activated because that cost him his arrival. Okay. So now Super Doji Challenger and a political rival versus pretty big crab board. Still got the Witch Hunter with Super Casada to stand. Imperial Palace goes away. Which goes away. Two breaks. We see Karada District. Oh. I think Casada may be getting a duelist training here at some point. Whisper comes down. Another Witch Hunter. Oof, Casada in every conflict. I think I'll pass first. We see a Brash Samurai with 2. Crab's still sitting on a heap of fate. Yep, I think it's looking pretty tough for Crab. For Crane here, for the birds. But we'll see how it goes. Crane's Trixie. 1-to-1 bids. Yep. No spyglasses. No other proving ground. How many proving grounds? Oh, I lied to everybody. I did not throw up the deck list in between. You know what? Just not going to do it. I'm going to admit that I forgot over and over again. We still have no Shigenja. Well, we've had Mystics along the way, so he could have played the Cloud of the Mines. I guess he just never drew them or never wanted to play them because he got the Gunby to cancel Casada. Although certainly Cloud on the Witch Hunters would have been very good. I was looking up something. I do not remember what it is. Okay, he's got one of Gossip that's already been played. And only the 2 duelist trainings. Okay. There is 2 more let goes though, so you could just take the fate, let go the. You still got to be worried about that Gunby, another Gunby, the Tetsubo, batting you. Okay, challengers go heading in. Meets up face to face with a giant Casada. Does the Gunby thing. Favorable on either side, so I mean, I guess you can draw someone in and then favorable the challenger out. Plus double Witch Hunter to sort of fix that up anyway. Yep, Fedvaf Witch Hunter's moved in by the challenger. I suspect the challenger's going to leave and the Casada's going to leave. Witch Hunter will celebrate his incredible victory of the air ring. Oh no, he takes the challenger out. Okay. He takes the Witch Hunter out immediately. Oh, right, because you're going to get bowed. You're going to get bowed multiple ways, multiple times. That makes sense. Okay. Casada can celebrate his amazing victory. Heads over to Manicured Garden because he doesn't want the air ring. Interesting. Oh, he moves from, sorry, it was Manicured in the first place. Yep. Moves to defend the wall. Yep. Makes total sense. Definitely wants the air ring here. Take green down to 1. Slowly but surely grinding out the, and he's 24 cards in, hasn't played a Watch Commander yet, so it's coming. We have 2 let goes still for Crane though. So what do we do here? Okay. I was gonna wonder if he was gonna attack first and then use a bowed character for Witch Hunter, but figures that Wayfinder did his job. He found Magistrate, and then we go Smash-O with military. Big military push on Shameful, I'm guessing. Witch Hunters and Casada will definitely do well. Poof, you take the Witch Hunters, they just get bowed anyway. So I guess just Casada. Yeah, he's still 12. He's still 11. 12. He's still 12. So he should be able to break the Shameful. And then Crane's box is in transposition. Okay. So, Crab's going to have to kind of beat his head on the wall for a little while on that one, possibly. Although, once the Challenger goes away, that's a humongous investment. And Crab doing Crab things, it'll probably be before this Casada goes away. Okay. Yep. Casada wants some duelist training too. Do we see the let go? Not yet. I mean, if you did want to let go it, I'd imagine you do it now, so he doesn't get Defend Your Honored in the conflict, but Crab is on 2 Defend Your Honor. Hasn't played any yet. Okay. Big Mac Truck Casada rolling in. Oh, rolling into Magistrate Station. Uh, yeah, I can see it. But Shameful, I mean, okay, you Shameful to Casada. I guess he doesn't want to give the free honor to. I mean, Brash Samurai will get it anyway, and I don't think there's much risk here, but I think it's a bit of a risk to do this, to reveal Magistrate Station. But it looks like it's just a Brash Samurai defense, so that's not. I mean, he has to defend with somebody. And with the duelist training, yeah, okay, this is a pretty for sure break. 3 cards in hand for Crane, so. You do get rid of the Magistrate Station, the dojo, which you do not want hanging around as an extra bow next turn in your big push. Time, yeah, they're under 10 minutes. With the duelist training now on Casada, if there's not a let go for it, I definitely see next round. And he's first player, and he's going to have at least Casada, a Witch Hunter, but probably, I wouldn't surprise me if had both Witch Hunters. Only 1 reprieve's been played, I believe. Yes. So, and 1 rebuild. Yep. So pretty good chance he'll have both Witch Hunters. I mean, comes in even in transposition. I mean, you have a 12 strength, you have 20 strength military. You can rebuild the Kuni Labs if you want, whatever you bought, and you can bow something with duelist training. I think if this Magistrate Station breaks, it's looking pretty bad for Crane on the attack next turn. Personally, we'll see what happens. Okay, so we see defense here. Still okay. So guessing. I mean, we're gonna see duelist training on the Brash Samurai. Not that matters, because well, he has to get something to get the break. So there may be a bonsai in Crane's hand. Maybe a bonsai. Crab may have Use both their bonsais. Yes, Crab has no bonsai. Crane still has a bonsai. Oh, gets a bow on the Doji Challenger. Um, oh, I guess, yeah, Brash, because, oh, Brash Samurai could have honored himself with the box and then Magistrate stationed anyway. Okay. Yep, that makes sense. So at least this way you're not getting a free honor on the Brash Samurai, which hurts your plans. So Crab, what's Crab's plan for getting rebuilding Cooney Lab? Okay, so we're building Cooney Lab for the +1. We'll see if Crane's got anything. Crane has another fine katana. Sure, he's dueling Kahita Dojoing. Uh, sure, Brash Samurai can't honor itself, which you couldn't anyway. Gets the 2 honor. Okay, Crab, what you gonna do? A Tetsubo would give you +1, but you not breaking then. I mean, it certainly would be a big problem if he Tetsubo this challenger, but wins but doesn't break. I can't imagine, but does get to avoid the Doji Challenger, which is a huge deal. Can't imagine that was his plan though. He didn't get the 3rd break, and we already had the stance. The Magistrate Station was already used. That's not terrible. Then, of course, it is revealed for next turn. Yep, but I agree. If this doesn't end next round, then Crab, yeah, is gonna have to make some pretty fast plays here. What are Crane's options for winning a political? Box is still not used and favors, so. And you definitely have to leave something to defend because Crab will gladly trade breaks, I would imagine. Well, if you don't defend, you lose too. So there is that. So let's see, a Whisper. Guessing there'll be a double defense just to pick up Fate. Yeah, why not? I would imagine. I mean, you could might as well triple defend because you're probably not going to get around this rival. Defend the wall. Oof, I keep forgetting whether defend the wall has been used or not here. I believe it has. Yes, because it was Talisman too for the air ring. Yep. Okay, he decides against it. So I guess Crab now can just go to Magistrate Station and pick up the Fate. I mean, you can pick up 2 Fate off the fire ring next turn, but yeah, I'd do it. I'd pick up the Fate. Sacks the Witch Hunter. Okay. Sacks the Witch Hunter to himself. Stands Kasada. Okay, now he's going to go for a Paul break. He's got the Duelist training, so he can bow the Doji. No, he already used it. Okay. So we're heading in for 11. Decent. Versus 9. 4 cards in hand. Yasuki can fish out another one. Yeah, thanks, Shadow. Yeah, it was used on air. But given there was an extra Witch Hunter left, yeah, he couldn't really afford to attack. And farm limitation in the Challenger. Yep, definitely that Challenger with these bows do a lot of work here. Size. Let's see. He's still going to have to knock it down by 3 to avoid losing an Earth Ring and going down to 2 cards. Okay, Witch Hunter gets bowed. Okay. Watch Commander goes down on Kasada. Ooh, that'll be the end of things. So it looks like we're going to have an Earth Ring and a 3-card advantage for Crab. Plus the Watch Commander being here next round for the first turn attack. That's a real problem. It's a real problem for Crane. Unless they can find a let go. Loser Assassination. Okay, that was a dead card for Crane for sure. Wow, I think it was a few turns ago. I think 2 turns ago, maybe 3. Crab was at 4 honor, and Crane was at 13. Oh, times have changed. Well, the Gunbai's still in hand. He didn't lose that, but he did lose the Challenger, which is pretty massive. Iron Mine prevents Kasada. Okay, we don't see anything for the Yusuke or the other. Oh, the Edge of the Witch Hunter was sacked, and nothing for the Yusuke. So, still, as it stands, we got 4 military for Crane versus, oh God, 17 for Crab, which is enough even to break an entrenched. Oh, Toshimoku. That's a bit of. Oh no, well, we have favorable ground for Toshimoku. Toshimoku is a bit of a problem here. It just stops him from bringing along other dudes to help break this. Yeah, Toshimoku 3 Fate. No clouds have been played by Crab, and he's playing 2, I believe. So 3, all 3. So there's got to be clouds in his hand. So is there more clouds than that goes? Let's see. Down to 5 minutes on the clock for Crab. Okay, second Kuni pops up. Oh, first Kuni. Oh, was it rebuild? Wait a second. Wait, what? Oh, okay. It was a rebuild last. Oh, it was a rebuild last turn, right? To give 1 extra to Kasada. Okay, we see the Mystics doing a lot of work here. Get rid of the Watch Commanders. Has he drawn the second? Oh, leaves the Witch Hunter behind. Okay, 17 heading in. Oh, to Magistrates. I was already gone to Entrenched, and he hasn't even broken Magistrate right. Okay. Heading in on Earth again. Passes up a 2 Fate firing. I guess getting your opponent down to 3 cards. Or 2 cards. Pretty solid. 5 card advantage. If Toshimoku comes in, he's gonna get bowed. So yeah. And then not be able to attack. But he'll get honored. So he just unbow himself. Yeah, dueling against Crane is super annoying. Defense Brash Samurai, okay. We'll see if we favorable ground in the Toshimoku or not. Nope, that's it. That was the only what I do. I mean, I guess favorable ground because you can covert. You can probably stand Suichi if you have some conflict character or something like that. Then covert for your attack on the stronghold. Ooh, the gun buy is gone. No more gun buying the Kasada. So now you need to cancel something to cancel. Yeah, there's only 1 gun buy in the deck. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm imagining a political poke. Oh, okay. So that's not a poke. Is he anticipating the? Yeah, I mean, Although it is hard for Crab to break around the rival, regardless. I mean, that's 6 plus 11 you need to get to 11, and she can't be dueled for the bow. So, I guess might as well make your attack here. Board as defender, defend. Fire ring. Oh, we got Kasada heading in. Voice of Honor cancels that fight on. That's a second voice, I believe. We're down 2 policy debates. We're down 1, 2 Voice of Honors. Yep. I mean, since it won't be a break, and the firing doesn't seem super impactful, Not sure that's a big deal for that to be cancelled. Wayfinder. Okay, so we got a sack target for the Witch Hunter. For probably no. I don't even know what. Not Suichi. I guess it'll be Kasada. So now with Box, he'll be winning. I mean, we could noble sack. Yeah, this might be a noble. If he dishonored, let's say the Kasada, or even maybe the Suichi, he could noble sack off the Brash Samurai. There's one noble sack in the Crane deck. Okay, we see a box for winning. Mountain does not fall on the Borderlands Defender. So politically, I mean, he's standing somewhere with the Witch Hunter. So let's say it's Kasada and Suichi are the same. Kasada can bow someone if they happen to come in. So I'd imagine it's Kasada. Then it would be 4, 7, 11 political, which is enough to break on the face of it. And Crane has one card. And if there's a Watch Commander come down, another one, then they can't even play that. So 1/1, Toshimoka gets honored, uses his duel. Okay, so there won't be any worry of that in the next conflict. Yep, defend the wall. Okay, so we got a bigger Suichi. Yeah, so for sure we do Suichi. It's not really going to covert anyone anyway, but still 6, 9, 13 is enough. Favorite 14, yeah. And so with only a rival, and well, I mean, he could have I think he's on 2 political rivals, so there's not even a chance of another rival in hand. Yeah, 2 political rivals, so there's no rival in hand. He does have 2 fans, I think, left. He's got a formal invitation, I believe. That's not going to do a lot. Yeah, so he doesn't have a ton of stuff he can play here to get. So we're going to see the GG, I'd imagine, or uses cancel Fabled Ground to cancel Kasada, and that's that. Okay. All right. Well, well played both players. It was an interesting game. I had fun casting it. I hope everyone had fun watching it. So thanks a lot for everybody tuning in. Discord World Cup, another game down. It's the first win for Greece, at least on the sheet. So yeah, watch as many World Cup games as you can. They're a lot of fun. And goodbye, everyone. Have a good day.